Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCK matchup.
Here top side, but I believe he got that plate and not the Smolder Rel duo, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think we showed that.
Yeah, could have been shared as well. Here comes Moham level 2, but also Showmakers here. Raptor, remember, does not have flash, and he's already taken so much damage from the Ignite, and there's just no way to save him, as that's going to be first blood given to mid-Nasus. And a red buff, just they need to put on the pressure to deny Raptor even more, get him even farther behind. The Xin Zhao basically not going to be doing too much in this game, and I love strategies like this where aiming just gets a free farm and everybody else is distracted as well. As the root's going to come down, and Duro in a lot of trouble here. Not even going to bother to flash, as he thought about it, but he's not going to. That is a kill, easily fed over to aiming already. Well, Raptor doesn't really exist. He just gets to have a really fun time. And, you know, the other part of this draft as well is, okay, we're going to have a little bit of a 1v1 here. The Ornn will be called. Kingen getting assassinated by Ornn himself, but at the end of the day, does he have kill pressure? Kingen might be forced to flash here as a flash comes in, and Kingen is just holding his flash and finally uses it at the very end, but going to clear the wave. Here comes Raptor. He is in position. Will he have vision of this? Yes, he will. Comes on in, and Kingen, there's no wave here, and, well, Clear will live as well. Okay, so they do barely get that kill and get out of there.
Here for these second grubs.
So this is kind of BNK's first stance in the game. They're like, okay, we're going to fight for this. We have to. And, I mean, they're going to get one. I do fear for them for the rest of them, but they're bringing all 5 members up to the top river, very much BNK style, as they are going to throw down, but now Raptor kind of in a rough spot, already taking damage, goes for the Crescent Guard. Kingen, though, isolated, and he will be taken down pretty much for free. The Equalizer does a little bit of damage, but nothing compared to his death, as that kill also goes to kill onto Kingen. So I feel like this is actually BNK FearX making some big strides to come back in this game. I mean, you look at the gold, it's basically even. And yeah, the gold is in great spots for the side of DK, but you've also got some gold here on the Azir, who's going to be the main carry of the BNK composition. They're also going to get that first dragon, 14 minutes.
Well, we had the gold lead at like 6 minutes, was 1,000. That went up to 2,000. And now BNK are basically dead even in gold. We do have a game of League of Legends on our hands.
Yeah, I mean, it's very Dplus Kia. I'm sure they were having a lot of fun, and there was a lot of laughing on the comms. But now they've got BNK to deal with. That's Moham, the target, but Rel. Do they have the damage? It looks like absolutely yes, as he gets blown up in midair, but now the damage coming out from the Smolder, from that Rumble. But Kingen frontlining once again. He does flash away as Raptor finally does go down. And aiming and Showmaker still not dealt with, but it's still a man advantage here to the side of BNK FearX, as Showmaker is just smacking Closer down and away from his team. So much damage coming out from the Smolder and the Nasus, as they're trying to desperately get somebody else, but they will not be able to.
Yeah, really great skirmishing comp here for the side of BNK. So incredibly powerful, you could chain those CCs together. They go on to Moham instantly. It's a 2-for-1 here. BNK take the lead and kill, should be able to defend this turret initially here. The charge of the Herald will come through. They don't have a wave.
They still have Horn.
There it is.
Yeah, they want to pull it here. Let's see. And yeah, he's going to avoid that. Moham also going to crash out.
Yeah. Showmaker has his Q max now, of course, as well. So once you have 5 points in that, and you start to really stack and scale, the laning E damage is very nice and all, but now
with all their damage is trying to set up here is BNK, but now a line of brushes already coming in from the side of Lucid. Daisy keeping this one leashed and trying to poke a little bit with some trigger seeds and some shields going in. But this one is still leashed, and Daisy getting pretty low. Might just come down to a smite here, as it does go the way of Lucid, and a big knockup from the side of Moham, and all of those team finals just raining down onto that backline, and Raptor is the one that has to pay Clear as well, as the rest of the team just could not fight because they were zoned.
Yeah, Magnet Storm plus Mom layered on top, and that's the end of the fight. Raptor uses his ultimate, but that's not going to be enough to keep him alive against 5 players. And now Baron?
Well, Seraphine's support doesn't really have any burst.
One stack, so it's a little bit late of a stack for him in this game, but he is about to hit that break point. They've got that, plus this scaling Nasus and the Rumble damage. Moham's going to hit big ultimates like the one we just saw. You just, because of the placement of the Equalizer in the turret, you have to walk alongside that wall, so he just doesn't really have a choice but to eat the damage. We'll get a little bit healed up here by Duro, but still, that is going to be a dead turret. I mean, this Baron is stacking up to 2,500, 2,700. You know, it's pretty huge. And
Worked, but you're not going to win the game by just killing the Rumble.
yeah, and even though the Rumble is behind, he still does a ton of damage when his equalizer
It's just game one as well, and the fact that DK pulled out so many curveballs for game one. I mean, I say so many. I mean, it's Nasus mid. They got the Rumble as well. I feel like BNK not going to be quite as good as DK at adapting to a new patch. As Kingen trying to avoid everything. He's playing like a bullet game simulator. He's trying to avoid so many different ults, and finally gets taken down. And yeah, I mean, they're going to kill the Rumble again. They did. A large amount of scaling on the side of DK as well, that you can kind of just sit around and kind of just wait with your lead, as that is what they're doing. The pick, not really going to hit much. I mean, they get the flash at Elusive. They charmed. Oh, that's going to be a pick, though, onto Moham. They take down him, but he's just the support. What about the rest of the team? As here comes Bomb, just going to burn everybody down. And the amount of line ultimate damage that DK have is insane.
I mean, the fight was basically over by one equalizer on your 0-4 Rumble.
Hey,
picks up 1,000 kills. I don't know if he's picking up a W in this one, as they're once again going to contest here. Raptor has flash. Oh, no.
Yeah, they get the root here on a closer. He is going to be able to dash away, but Shoemaker is taking names, and this is what I was talking about. If you are a squishy on the side of BNK, you are just running. No attacking. Shoemaker is there, you run.
You are running and cleansing and flashing.
And I mean, you saw an example, even if you don't quite know the numbers. If he gets into contact with anyone, which can be a little bit difficult for Nasus, but I mean, there's a lot of different ways in the team and with his Wither for him to close the distance. And if he does, he will two-shot.
I think Closer needs to get in contact with Riot support, man. He's having a tough time against this Nasus. He's 0 deaths, by the way. Hasn't died yet. Just drops that one down.
Yeah.
The Showmaker presses Q, and the turret's health bar goes to 0.
Yeah, he can also two-shot turrets as well, by the way. So good mention there. By the way, also the amount of MR shred that they have as well with Rumble and Abyssal Mask on the Nasus. Like, you hit a Harpoon and Nasus is next to you, you don't really have MR or tanks or health. Or anything, really. And that's going to help everybody on the side of DK. Everybody's got some AP. Now they're going to find Showmaker. That should be a big pick as he goes into ult, and the redemption doesn't happen. But a 4-man ult comes in from Moham, and they still have the Smolder to hop over the wall to flap on over and get the damage done. Raptor will also burn. It's a triple kill to the Smolder, is aiming no stranger to picking up all of the kills and all of the golds. And I said it the entire game, a lot of focus on the Showmaker, you know, and all this stuff, but aiming just farming away. 7 kills on Smolder, and DK will win this first game in flying colors, with flying colors, and in very fun fashion. It's clear not much he can do. Little Michaelis comes out from Lucid and a thumbs up just to set the tone.
These were the best highlights from today's LCK matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say,
Okay.
See you on the next one.